Hey, let's be honest here. Society kind of pressure us to get into a relationship, right? When you are single, sometimes you are looked down upon and people like think that you're weird, right? And maybe in your case, it's your parents, right? Like maybe your parents are pressuring you into getting into a relationship, like they're asking you, where are my grandson? Or maybe you just have the fear of missing out, right? You don't know, like maybe it's fun to have a girlfriend, or maybe you are at the opposite side of the spectrum, the opposite end of the spectrum, and you're just a hopeless romantic and you just want to be with someone because you're afraid of being alone. You just want to be loved, right? Well, I've been in that situation before, and let me tell you that, like, no matter what your reason is, it's never a good idea to get into a relationship when you're not sure about it. Because I remember, like, a few years ago, I was dating this girl that I didn't fully love, and I ended up being into a relationship with her because I was kind of pressured by, like, by her and also by society, and I didn't want to be alone or whatever, and I ended up being more miserable with her than I was by myself, right? And I just ended up hurting her, and that was a big mistake. And to be fair, you don't have to be in a relationship. That's why today we're gonna discuss why being single is beneficial. Let's get into it. And by the way, if you like this type of content, consider liking, subscribing, and just drop a comment if you have something to add. So the first point why being single is beneficial, which is the most obvious one, is because you get more free time by yourself or for yourself. Let's be honest, when we are young, like, time is our most important currency. We need our time to build ourselves, to work on our purpose, to work on ourselves, right? Because, like, we have so many stuff to figure out when we're young, like where we're gonna live, especially where we're gonna live. Because if you have a partner, like, maybe you want to go live in London or New York, but you have to consider your partner too, and maybe you're gonna have to, like, stay here for her or whatever. So you got to figure out what you want to live, what you want to do with your life, what is your purpose. All that requires time to think, and also you need time to do extra activities such as working out, which is important. um, so any type of hobbies or any skill that you want to learn, if you're into basketball or piano or whatever you do, you need time to do that. And getting a girlfriend is really time consuming, because first you're gonna go on date, you're gonna spend your time watching movie with her, like some fucking reality TV shows, some bullshit. Like, you're gonna spend a lot of time with her, and it adds up a lot, and you just basically waste time that you could have been using, like, to develop more yourself, like to, I don't know, learn martial art or some stuff, right? So that's the first big reason. You get more time for yourself, and you waste more time on a girl. This leads us to our second point, which is the fact that you save, which is kind of linked to the first point, which is the fact that when you're single, you save more money, and a lot more money, right? Because let's be fair, like, we are young people. Like, maybe you just graduated from college, or maybe you're just in high school and you have, like, a low paying job, so you're not making a lot of money, right? So you basically need to save your money to build yourself. Because let's say that you're out of college, you have debt to pay, you probably have other bills to pay. I mean, life is, like, expensive, right? And then you're gonna add a girlfriend, because you're gonna have, first of all, to pay to, like, get to know her, like to go on dates or to court her or whatever. Like, you're gonna have to pay, maybe give her some gifts sometime for Christmas or whatever. You're gonna have to pay for her, which is gonna be, like, expensive, especially if you're working at McDonald's or have, like, a low paying job, right? It's gonna be tough. And let's be fair, like, today, in today era with Instagram and all that, all these girls want to go on travels and all that, right? So you're gonna basically kill yourself, get into more debt maybe. Let's say you have already some credit card debts, because, like, most Americans are into debt, right? You're gonna have to get even more debt to, like, afford the trips and all that, and it's just, in the long run, just gonna fuck up more your life, right? So without a girlfriend, when you by yourself, you save more money. You don't have to go on dates, you don't have to pay double for, like, a lot of stuff, like restaurant and all that, trips and all that. You can just do you and just eat pasta, ramen noodles all day, and just focus on yourself, right? Save a lot of money, stack a lot of money, invest a lot of money, so when you're older, you're gonna be able to ball like a real baller, right? So you're gonna be able to save more money, and it's gonna be really good for your future, instead of just, like, just spending your money on your girlfriend or whatever. Like, it's tough, especially if you don't have a lot of money to begin with. This leads us to our third point, which is kind of the final point, which is 2 points into one, which is the fact that you're gonna have more time to focus on your non-romantic relationship and also to heal from past traumas. So a lot of us have some childhood trauma that we still have to work on. So this is the perfect time to go to therapy if you had issue with your parents, or even if you had trauma from your previous relationship, like maybe your ex cheated on you and left you, and now you kind of deep inside hate women. Well, that's the perfect time to like heal from that and stop hating the opposite gender, right? And build more relationship too, like with your family, your aunties, your uncles, whatever. Have new friends and also just make new connection, because like you're gonna need this connection to grow, right? Because in this world we need people, right? It's all about connections. So you're gonna need those connections. So by being single, you're gonna have like more time for yourself to roam around, because when you have a girlfriend, obviously you're not gonna be able to go to event by yourself. She sometimes will join you, or maybe like tell you not to go or some shit. So it's harder when you have a girlfriend. When you are by yourself, like you have a good excuse to just go to social event and socialize, right? And this is a step that is really gonna help you. Now, a little disclaimer before I end this video. When I say being single, I mean like no relationship at all. I mean no. I mean no dating at all, right? You're not trying to like just hanging and banging, like just trying to like banging girls while you're single and stuff, because even that can be detrimental to you in the long run. First of all, this is extremely time consuming, because you have to talk to, having one girlfriend is already hard, so like imagine like having to talk to multiple girlfriends, unless you're like a fucking Don Juan or something. But like most people, it requires time to talk to girls to get with them, right? So it requires more time, more investment, because sometimes you're gonna have to pay for like restaurant and stuff. And even just having sex with a lot of girls in the long run makes you less likely to just settle down, because when you're used to have like multiple girls, then it's hard for you just to be fine with just one, right? You always will want to like try other stuff, try new girls and stuff, and you're just never gonna be satisfied. So if you're trying to be single, like just be single totally, like just focus on yourself, grow as much as you can, and then you can just spend your time, like when you have the money, the resources and everything like set in your life, you can just spend some time like having fun with girls or being in a relationship or whatever you want. I hope that this video was helpful. If it was, consider liking and subscribing. See you in the next one.